On Monday night, Will Smith would once again take over the internet when new allegations about his personal life would take front center. As you may know, Smith's former friend and assistant, Brother Bilal, has kicked off seemingly a press tour to highlight a new book on his time with working with Will and the Smiths. Back in October, Bilal would first sit down with Comedy Hype to discuss his career and knowing Will for nearly 40 years. On Monday, Bilal would once again open up about his time in the Smith camp, but this time he would reveal a bit more details that would cause shock. While speaking with celebrity blogger Tasha K, Bilal would open up about a story in which he was looking for Smith, and during his search would find him having sex with fellow actor Dwayne Martin.
And then I saw sexual acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin. Hollywood is the hurry up and weight gain. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria. I'm like, what? But I see his car there. So I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will. There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up.
Now it appears that the news would immediately get to the Smith camp, as Will Smith has broken his silence about the new allegations. In an exclusive to TMZ, Smith and his team have now released the following statement. This story is completely fabricated, and the claim is unequivocally false. Further, a source close to the situation tells us Will is considering taking legal action following Bilal's remarks. Upon speaking with Bilal back in October, he has mentioned to have the receipts to back up information he plans to have in his new book. Now, for many who have been following this story closely,
pause. If he has the receipts, he better have them ready, because that's a serious claim and accusation. And like we just read and learned about defamation, if you're not coming from a factual standpoint, yeah, you're totally liable.
this doesn't come as a total shock, as Smith's sexuality has been in question for years. During her press tour while promoting her book Worthy, Will's wife Jada Pinkett Smith would even address rumors about Will while speaking with today's Hold a Copy. You and Will probably have more rumors about you and talk about you than others. They're in an open marriage, they're swingers, he's gay, she's gay. I mean, a million things were out there. What if anything is true? And did hearing all that stuff bother you? No, that's part of it. I would say that none of that's true. I definitely can understand where there be misunderstandings, but none of it's true. Now, amidst these new allegations, Jada continues to promote her newest book, Worthy, as she was stopped back in New York for her press tour. Upon reviewing her social media activity, she would reshare the following message that
We're gonna pause past that. That's kind of obsolete to the point that I'm trying to build here. But let's go here. And it'll pick up. This is Dwayne Martin and Tisha Campbell. This is what they had to say about the whole circumstance. I thought it was interesting. What Tisha said. Check it out.
we've yet to see a response from Dwayne Martin, Tisha Campbell, and even their children, who also are expected to be affected by these new claims. Back in 2008, Dwayne and Tisha would laugh off rumors on Will and Dwayne being together in an interview with Essence Magazine. Tisha would go on to say, "Our theory is that it's really a slave mentality. Whenever the Black community has leaders, potential leaders, or a family unit, we emasculate them. You don't see them do that to Ben Affleck or Matt Damon. They can be friends and be powerful individually." Or
It's really a slave mentality. Whenever the Black community has leaders or potential leaders or a family unit, we emasculate them. Potential leaders and family unit, really family unit, I would say, because Will's not really a leader. I've never viewed him in the leadership light, unless it was like role model, right? He's been a role model because his image has been clean. Even he won the first rap Grammy, and he also won 2 Grammys in rap, one for Summertime and one for Parents Just Don't Understand. But he did it without cursing. Will has prided himself on making lyrics that his grandmother can listen to, right? And so, that makes him somewhat of a role model, right? Because he's trying to at least publicly keep his morals intact, right? And I say publicly because that's all we can see. We can't see anybody's private life, right? Some would argue, well, he could be doing anything privately, and he could, but public, we can only go off of what we know and what we see. That's it.
collectively and do amazing things. Dwayne Martin would respond, "It's a brat pack when white people do it." Let's talk about it more in the comments.
So, yeah, that was Comedy Hype's take on it, and I thought it was super interesting that that's my business line. I thought it was super interesting that Tisha Campbell made light that it's a slave mentality, and that when other ethnic groups do it, people don't have a problem with it.